Bo, what you stupid? Ha? Be my wife. Ha? I ain't never received $1 with that. Stop playing with me. You better go ask them what go on with over there or whatever the you think going on. My little got slaughtered this morning. I ain't got no time for you. The wrong with you, man. I'm on different time and I'm now living in a different world. And yes, I am real demonic with a real illness. I ain't crazy, but I never ain't say I was up. Well, when you up, y'all. NBA YoungBoys just hit rock bottom again, and this time it's got everything to do with Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya. The drama popped off after YoungBoy dropped some shocking lyrics about Yaya being pregnant again and him allegedly telling her to get rid of it. But instead of clearing things up, Yaya went on full-blown meltdown, denying the rumors, firing shots at YoungBoy's wife's mother, and dragging their whole marriage through the mud. And trust me, this story goes way deeper than a pregnancy. It's tied to years of chaos, violence, Yaya ending NBA's wife pregnancy, and Yaya's obsession with him that just won't let up. Music, Bism Confessions off the Dawn mixtape. YoungBoy rap, now you pregnant ain't got to make her get rid of it. This ain't the time I told you no. That one line sent social media into flames with blogs instantly speculating that Yaya was carrying YoungBoy's child again. Let's be real a second for a millisecond given her past. Nobody thought it was too far-fetched, but Yaya wasn't having it. Hours later she hopped online writing, "I don't know where y'all getting this from, but I'm not pregnant." Still, her denial didn't kill the fire. Instead, things escalated fast when Jason Michelle's mom, aka YoungBoy's mother-in-law, decided to jump in the mess. Tina blasted Yaya on Instagram, saying, "She's a child. She needs a psychiatrist. No means no. Go find your own man." Well, instead of backing off, Yaya doubled down and fired back with a fiery rant that took shots not just at Tina, but also at YoungBoy's marriage to Jason. She wrote, "Ain't real about that marriage, but them signatures on that paper." And this is where things got wild because Yaya wasn't just denying rumors anymore. She was attacking YoungBoy's actual wife, calling their marriage fake, and putting the spotlight back on herself like she always does. And if you thought that this was just internet talk, and y'all, it's deeper. Because let's not forget, Yaya has a history of spiraling whenever NBA YoungBoy moves on. From slapping one of his baby mamas to tattooing his face on her arm to catching probation instead of prison time for aggravated assault, her obsession has always had dangerous consequences. And now with her blasting his wife and denying this alleged pregnancy, fans are asking one big question. Did Yaya really end the pregnancy with NBA YoungBoy? Or is this all part of her plan to stay in his life forever? Yeah, did you hear them lyrics before you decided to keep that baby? But here's the kicker. YoungBoy's reaction in his music, hence he's the one who pushed for it. And if that's true, it means that there's way more going on behind the scenes than we realized. And y'all, the follow could destroy his marriage and drag Floyd Mayweather into a scandal he doesn't want to touch. Now, before we act like this is just another baby mama versus wife drama, we got to rewind a little bit because Yaya Mayweather's history with NBA YoungBoy has never been normal. It's always been violent, obsessive, and straight-up destructive. Because back in April 2020, Yaya literally pulled up to NBA YoungBoy's Houston home and Statra Jacobs, who at that time was pregnant with YoungBoy's child. Court docs say Yaya admitted to unlawfully, intentionally, and unknowingly causing bodily harm with a knife. Now, she could have faced 20 years in prison, but prosecutors offered her a deal. 6 years of deferred probation, 40 hours of community service, and strict orders to never contact or threaten Lepatra again. So instead of prison, she's been walking free and still circling YoungBoy's orbits. And here's where it gets crazy. This wasn't just some random act of jealousy. Yaya has always been tied to YoungBoy in ways that scream obsession. From viral tattoos to blasting his other girlfriends online to threatening anybody who questions her spot in his life. Yaya's made it clear she'll never let go. But this obsession comes with a cost because every time YoungBoy tries to move on, whether it's with Jason, Michelle, or any of the other women in his life, Yaya finds a way to re-enter the picture, usually through drama that forces his name into headlines. And right now, this pregnancy scandal might be her boldest play yet. Because if YoungBoy really pressured her to get rid of it, like his lyrics suggest, then we're not just talking about another Twitter fight. We're talking about a decision that could wreck his marriage, drag his family situation deeper into the mud, and even reopen scrutiny onto Yaya's mental stability. But here's the part that folks aren't talking about enough. Floyd Mayweather, the champ himself. Remember, Yaya is Floyd's daughter. And despite everything she's done, Floyd always publicly defended her, even showing up in court appearances and flexing his money and lawyers to keep her free. But if these rumors are true that his daughter secretly ended another pregnancy with YoungBoy, how long can Floyd keep cleaning up her mess before it blows back in his own legacy? Because let's be real a second for a millisecond. Floyd's name is always tied to control. Controlling the ring, controlling his business. But when it comes to his daughter, she's out here being out of control, wing out, attacking women, stabbing folks, and allegedly being pressured into pregnancies. That's the type of headline that stains even a billionaire brand. And y'all, this is exactly why fans are saying YoungBoy is breaking down. He's caught between a wife he legally is married to and an ex who won't let go and a daddy who happens to be one of the most powerful athletes in the world. So when you really look at it, NBA YoungBoy's music has always been this therapy. Every meltdown, every fight, every heartbreak, he bleeds it into his tracks. But the latest lyric about "Ya now Yaya pregnant" got to make her get rid of it hit different because it sounded like regret. Like he's not just exposing our situation, but low-key exposing himself, too. And fans have been piecing this story together, and many believe YoungBoy is unraveling behind the scenes. After all, this man is only 25 and already has over 11 children with multiple women. The pressure of balancing all these relationships plus a whole wifey at home plus constant legal trouble has got to have him cornered. And it shows because insiders say YoungBoy's mood has been darker than ever. Especially since he's still on house arrest in Utah, fighting cases, and trying to stay productive through music. But instead of peace, he's dragging drama into new songs like Yaya's pregnancy, knowing it'll set off bombs online. Meanwhile, his wife Jasmine Michelle has been silent. She hasn't publicly reacted to Yaya's denial or Tina's comments, but silence doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes it's damage control. And if Yaya is right, the marriage is nothing but signatures on paper. The YoungBoy's whole image as a family man is hanging by a thread. And here's why Floyd Mayweather's lane looms heavy. Because while NBA YoungBoy tries to prove he's settled down of one of the wealthiest, most powerful men in sports. And Floyd doesn't just have the money, he's got the lawyers, the influence, and the control. And insiders are whispering that Floyd has been quietly pulling strings to protect his daughter, even when she'd be wilding out. Remember, Floyd was the one who got her probation deal when she stole at Jacobs. Now, Floyd was also the one who made sure Yaya never saw prison bars. And Floyd was reportedly keeping his distance from NBA YoungBoy publicly, probably because he knows the chaos tied to his daughter's name could cost him his clean legacy. But is the problem? NBA YoungBoy keeps putting Yaya in his music, and every time he does, Floyd's name gets dragged right back into the mess. And if fans start believing Floyd's daughter secretly ended a pregnancy with NBA YoungBoy, then the Mayweather empire could take a major hit. Because this isn't just gossip, it's tied to domestic, mental health, and now allegedly forced abortion. Y'all know how cancel culture works. Once people start connecting dots, it's not just YoungBoy or Yaya who suffer. It's Floyd's billion-dollar brand, too. This is why fans online say YoungBoy is breaking down. He's got too many enemies, too many women tied to him. And now his own lyrics are exposing choices that could cost him his marriage, his career, and his whole mind. But it doesn't stop there, because Yaya didn't just deny the rumors. She went full throttle attacking NBA YoungBoy's wife's mom, dragging Jaceline, and daring people to question her place in YoungBoy's life. And the way she's moving, it definitely looks like she's ready to burn it all to the ground if she can't have them. But if you thought that this was just Yaya versus Jasmine's mom, think again. Because fans went nuts after NBA YoungBoy's lyric and Yaya's denial. The internet had a field day, and the reactions just show how divided people are about this mess-love triangle. But one fan jumped in to defend Jasmine, saying his wife is one of the strongest humans on this planet. Another turned into a pure comedy writing. Nick Cannon has 24 hours to respond. But some fans took an even harder stance on the baby mama culture surrounding YoungBoy. One comment went viral, saying, "Too many in this generation have become comfortable with just being a baby mama and not realizing they deserve more than what they've settled for." I had one child and chose